talk back. Don't come here again. Wait till your boss seki. I swear words and all of that stuff. Okay. Now that's people trying to say you failed us, so you shouldn't come back here and ask for our votes. Interesting if they can stand that, because that's why it is like in Edo State right now. Excuse me. So that's why it is in Edo State right now, where people are being told to not blame Obaseki too much. Let his economic advisor or what have you be your next governor. Then he will continue from where Obaseki is going to stop. Papa, it's been a long time I've been to Edo State. I've not been to Edo State for the past, let's say, maybe about 20 years I've not been in that place. Well, before then, I've kind of I've been to Edo. And my experience in Edo State is one that some Edo people will be like, my ego, no, that no be so, no see I'm like that. But I'll tell you my experience. Babu, I don't know if my uncle is watching, right? He's probably watching. So I have this my uncle, Babu, and then I have this auntie who happened to be Tabo's sister, senior sister. So our mother-in-law died. So she died in London and they brought her to Nigeria. And we did Nigeria that time. So it was time for the burial. So they, rich guys, right? Abroadians. So they gave all of us clothes, like bought clothes for all of us for the party. So we found ourselves and found our way to Benin. So when we got to Benin, it was it was one memorable journey. I won't forget that. It was lovely. That was my first time of traveling a long distance, and it was so amazing. Then the party started, and their party, they were Christians, and so the party was going to start late, kind of. So we started the party around maybe 7 or 6 in the evening. Rich people now, the entire place was like a day, right? There was light, there were drinks, food, and all that. Everybody was like there, flexing and all that. Then we started looking back, outside the tent areas where there were lights that were so bright, yeah, you could see people sitting. Initially, you see some people sitting in front of their houses. Okay, and the houses were like that, like compound like that, right? People sitting in front of the houses like that. Then gradually the crowd started building up. So the whole place don't look like houses surrounded us anymore. It was like we have now been surrounded by people, a lot of them, that you could barely see the houses behind them. Like we were seated in a party, and if you look back like this, you will see them. They were there. Then I don't know what happened, because I was probably younger. I don't know what happened. I just hear bo. They throw stone, bricks. And they are throwing bricks, and the brick will, fall through the canopy. That leather, that thick canopy. About bricks were, breaking, making holes in that. So immediately the whole party just scattered. So what's the problem? We did not give them food. We are doing party. And these are people that the mama had been in London for like about 20 years. Okay? So to the Benin people, they were angry that they didn't allow the old woman to live with them, to be iye to all of them. Like they believe that they did not enjoy her. No money or anything, but like that's our present. That our children took her away. Now they have brought her back. Now they brought her back. They are burying her as if to say they are not involved. Oh man, and so the party ended though. My uncle Tabo was a little bit tipsy. Big man in his big agbada. And they threw stone. Egmont did that. They said, what's going on? What's going on? Egmont, what's going on? What's going on? I'm a break. You better move. That will remain one experience that I have about Benin. And I don't think it's going to leave me for a long time. So there are people that they do not talk too much. Okay? In fact, when Benin people begin to talk, If you don't have what it takes to kind of stand and fight, try your best and excuse yourself from the place. Like, leave. That would be my own advice. Leave. Okay? If they say, I will go do it, they will do it. Oh, I mean, I promise you, I've seen that long time ago. So that is why when they stood up against Oshiomole, in order to defend Obaseki against godfatherism, they stood to the end. Now, some of them are already standing against Obaseki himself, who is now the new godfather in town. I hope they stand to the end. Okay, so let's go forward a bit. I was supposed to take calls, right? But I've got some lovely goodies here. I just felt like we should just have our G's. We'll do phone calls some other time, right? Good. Do you remember this, guys? The Dana ear that left the tarmac, enter bush. Keyamo has responded, but may I flash your brain back 3 days ago or 2 days ago.
The guy just
We're just lucky, just arrived this morning for the crash, Dana Airline. Thank God. Fire service just arrived.
Hello everyone, please, I need you to gather together, please. Let's come together. Let's go that way. Please come along. Stop taking videos and please come. We need to do a head count quickly, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago, and everybody was happy that there was no casualty. 85 passengers escaped death when they are playing while taxiing or landing and taxiing. I'm gonna know. Taxiing is when you want to take off, Abby. What do you call it when you land and you are trying to park the plane? Isn't that taxiing too? Or parking? Anyway, Shaja lose the brake. The plane lost, I don't know if he lost his brake or something, but that's the explanation because they couldn't hold it. He entered bush. Keyamo has now responded. They are suspended, they've suspended the Dana airline for safety reason. I support that too, but some said it's extreme. Listen to Keyamo on the matter. It was with Shew this afternoon.
Who are agitating are quoting the law, which you probably are very familiar with. And sad incident, looking at a history of Dana, this is happening again. But give us an update of what exactly is going on. You know the books of Dana, you know what is going on. And the NCA, under your leadership, has gone to say they will do an audit to show the health status of the airline in terms of financing and operation-wise. What exactly is going on with Dana Airline?
Well, Sheol, thank you. For me, the last thing I want to happen to me as Minister of Aviation is to have blood on my hands, blood of innocent Nigerians as a result of either the negligence or deep complicity or corruption of those who are supposed to be regulators of the aviation industry. As Minister, my job is to supervise them and to ensure that they carry out their duties. My duty is not to regulate. So those who quote the law, who are quoting the law, they should know that I know the law more than they do. My duty is to supervise those who are supposed to carry out their legal duties. and to tell them when they are not doing their duties, to tell them to do their duties. So one of my first KPI is to ensure the safety of our airspace and to ensure that the regulators also do their job. So when I came into office, even before I came into office, I'm sure you have heard of consistent incidents involving perhaps Dana Airline, to mention a few of them. I'm sure you heard at the point that on approach to the runway at a point, the door flew open. You know that pop line is there. A door of an aircraft flew open. So who are the engineers that are supposed to look at this? Who are the engineers that are supposed to check, for the safety of the aircraft and, its parts? There were also incidents involving, one or two of his aircrafts at different times, consistent, after the fatal crash of Dana the other time that killed Nigerians. There was, of course, internal reports. I don't want to deceive Nigerians because this involves their safety. As aviation minister, I owe a duty to Nigerians to be honest and frank to them when it comes to their safety, the flying public. So there were internal reports before I came, not me, by the same regulators.
Under your predecessor?
Under my predecessor.
What does it say?
About, series of infractions.
By
the same airline. Series of infractions. And the conclusion, of course, that they were not healthy enough to fly their fleet.
But
at that time,
they went into the skies after such a report.
What they did, how thorough they did it, before they now said, okay, start flying again. We don't know. They have not convinced me. So my own point is that, look, whilst we argue about, back and forth, who has power, who does not have power, the point is that the flying public is at risk. And if anything happens, Sheung, if anything happens, any tragic incident happens, it is the minister they will call for his resignation. I'm sure you know that. Mm-hmm. Nigerians will not spare the minister. So if that is the case, what is my role as a supervisor? What is my role? Am I a lame duck minister? And in any case, I'm sure you saw the release by the NCA. Mm-hmm. The NCA took that decision. I threw my weight behind them. But I also gave them a directive to do their job. So I did not write to the airline. Hold on. I did not write to the airline. Mm-hmm. Take note. That is taking over the powers of the NCA. I did not write. I told the people who are supposed to do their job, do your job, which is my job.
That's still preferred. That's still kind of all right, yeah? But now he's going to react to those who are saying that he is overreacting. Oh, come on. You shouldn't even have suspended them. Listen to me. Anything that has to do with safety, I do not joke with that. Nobody should. So I don't know. It's just that it's so difficult to trust Otobo Keyamo. I don't believe he's saying the truth because of his antecedent. So I don't trust him. I'm going to have to on this matter. Okay? I just have to, even though it's so difficult and tough. Safety really matters. In Nigeria, corruption is a very dangerous thing. It's so bad that it is a great risk to lives and properties. When you compromise a standard, you'll be putting people's lives at risk. And that life could be your life, could be my life, could be anybody's precious lives. That corruption has made them, because of little monetary gain or what have you, they've compromised their standard. They put our lives at risk. Some of you who are in Nigeria, you have been living in America, living in Europe, or living in all this part of the world. Then you are in Nigeria, you have to do your Psalm 25, I'll be Psalm 23, because you want to enter a plane craft, because you just have no idea if they are actually, following up the health and safety standard or every standard in, the normal industry standard. that allows them to fly, and you are not flying in a flying coffin. So that's why I'm going to give him a pass. If he says Dana here, he doesn't trust what they presented as their own bill of clean health. I don't trust Otobo Keyamo. I just have to. But is he doing anything about it? Maybe not. Then he had this to say about those who have said he is overreacting, and he said majority of them are puff sellers at the airport. Now they are now aviation experts, the usual. That's why I don't trust him. You get that now? He himself is a complete twat, a total misfit. And as Nigeria is just walk about and pretend to be in charge or know what you are doing, other people will do it for you. So here is Otobo Keyamo's response.
My role, am I a lame duck minister? And in any case, I'm sure you saw the release by the NCA. Mm-hmm. The NCA took that decision. I threw my weight behind them. But I also gave them a directive to do their job. So I did not write to the airline. Hold on. I did not write to the airline. Mm-hmm. Take note. That is taking over the powers of the NCA. I did not write. I told the people who are supposed to do their job, do your job, which is my job. My job is to tell you to do your job. So if, for instance, a series of incidents are happening, I want to ask a simple question. As minister, should I not tell the regulators to do their job in respect of those incidents? That is the least I can do. Because if we don't do that, I'm sorry to say we're going to have flying coffins in the air in Nigeria. And that will be the last thing I want to do. And of course, like I said, the last thing I want to do is also to deceive Nigerians about the state of health of our aircrafts that are carrying, innocent Nigerians.
So you can say for a fact tonight that Dana Airline have been flying without with an unhealthy status all along.
They should carry out the audit. There was an audit 2 years ago that confirmed the unhealthy status.
And they were taken off.
And then at some point, something happened. And I said, go back and review it and say, how thorough was that before you allow them to continue to fly again? Is that wrong on my part? You see, let me tell you the problem, Sheon. The problem with Nigeria, with the sector I find myself, is that we have people who claim to be experts everywhere. Everybody's an aviation expert. People who have sold puff at the airport will tell you that they have been at the airport for a long time, that they are aviation experts. And I have challenged them over and over and over again since I came to office. Come on TV. If you think you have better ideas and better way to run the aviation sector, let us have a debate. Because what we have done since we came is to set clear priority areas for ourselves. And these priority areas, we are pursuing them with all honesty and vigor and with the renewed hope agenda of the president.
So what ask the question, if Dana Airline, that's what I wanted to take out from you.
Yes.
If Dana Airline has had issues on the health status of their operation, how then are they being able to fly? Have you done a thorough audit of your own ministry, of your own agency, which shows that they have endangered the lives of Nigerians by allowing people to fly Dana, even when they know that there is no certainty on the capacity or the health status of that airline?
Unfortunately, I'll have to say this, I won't run away from it, that there's deep complicity within the system. And the cleansing process will start and continue till I get to where I'm going. The cleansing process from within the system, because you see regulators at times buying big houses, driving big cars. Regulators who are supposed to be public servants. How do they do this? Because they are endangering the lives of Nigerians by cutting corners. Do you know that they falsify reports? Certain people, I'm not talking about Dana now, so I'm not going to say I'm here on the campaign against Dana. I want them to survive.
Nuisance, Lele.
See, Oloribukulo Otobo Keyamo, I told you I don't trust him. I can't trust somebody like that. He's a very dishonest person. That's a very, very important conversation they were having there. Shemun asked him repeatedly, listen, can you confirm that Dana Air has been flying without any airworthy clearance. Can you confirm that? You are the minister. Tell us. Then he went on to start talking about some people. They think they know about the aviation sector. If they think they know, because they have been around the airport selling puff-puff or selling gala for so many years now, they are thinking they have what do you call it? They are experts in aviation. Alaye, you demand ini. Answer this question, Kia Jo. Shemu ask him again. Are you saying that Dana Air has been flying when they shouldn't? Nigerians have been buying tickets. They have been entering their planes and they have been flying when they shouldn't be flying at all. Answer the question. Then he went on again. Oh, people have been cutting corners. We are doing investigation. There are some people within. You demand in Keyamo. That's why I said I don't trust him. They are criminals enough that they can't really give you the straight answers. They can't. When you look deeper and look deeper, there's always something they are covering. And listen, this one is something that that will take lives. Any small error like that, Baba always are maybe 200. One single plane crash, one single error, all these cutting corners that he's talking about. You could just hear the breaking news, bad, 200 people are dead inside so crash. Then everybody will begin to now act surprised. How did this country, what you know? I don't trust him. He didn't answer that question. Because if Dana Air has been flying people with fake airworthy certificates, that means she roll. All of now, we don't buy ticket of Dana, fly Dana, or flew Dana inside Nigeria until their suspension. You should begin to start calling your lawyer right now and start a class action case, a class action suit. Because what they did was to put all of your lives in. They used your life to play gamble. But fair enough, they won. None of the plane, none of the flying coffins fell off the sky. So they don't have to pay insurance. They do not have to worry about anything. And they could keep all their profits. But since your government will not even be honest with you and tell you the real thing. So you just have to wait until something happens later and then you'll be like, oh, where is the minister? Where is the president? Anyway, Kolu is in the Netherlands, okay? Even Netherlands, no? Brussels is Belgium. Netherlands is Holland. And in Holland, you have, okay, it doesn't matter. But they saw Kolu who went to see the prime minister being a president of Netherlands, okay? And he's so happy. He's so happy that he's been welcomed into Netherlands, a drug dealer. America released some info, or released some statement yesterday. Hypocrite America. Now they are talking about how Tifnumbu and the APC, Egbekebe, denied the Igbos from voting in Lagos and everybody that looked like Igbo. Now they are talking about it. They are talking about how the violence, the manipulation, the this and that marred the election in 2023. Who are they deceiving? So the drug is everywhere. And again, mind you, I have an announcement to give to you. Somebody said that if you can bring any proof that Tifnumbu actually won the 2023 elections, you may be winning yourself a $10,000. So I'll go look for that person and I'll bring the link around there. Yeah, if you can bring a proof with the result of the elections, that Tifnumbu won the 2023 election, you could win yourself a $10,000. Not even INEC can bring any proof. What is his name again? Your professor, no, your professor. Mahmoud Yakubu, Mr. Yakubu, your INEC chairman that announced election results, okay, that he manufactured himself. Do you know that for February, okay, for over 14 months now, since you participated in your charade elections, Do you know that till now, INEC has not uploaded up to 70% of the results till now? They still have about 30% of the result. They don't even know where it is. And all of them they don't tell you to make you move on. Meanwhile, there's no official result of the election except what Yakubu announced. But there is no proof of it. There is no proof of any of those figures anywhere. Or maybe you can find it and then win yourself a $10,000. Cool money. And you can even call your missus